it's your birthday. We gon' party like it's your birthday. We gon' sip like it's your birthday. And you know we don't give cause that's your birthday. You'll find me in the club.
It's week 4 of the National Football League, and the spotlight is on Justin Herbert. He's your top dog in the league this season, ranking first in passing yards. It's the Chargers and the Chiefs, and it's coming up next on Madden Football.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Hi, everybody. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And, Charles, we take a look at this Charger club entering play here. They've got to be pleased with the start to this season. Obviously, a perfect 3-0.
3 good quality wins, too. It's got people in the locker room excited. They're thinking that this could be their year.
Meanwhile, for the visitors here, the Chiefs, they come in feeling good after back-to-back victories.
And last week's win was indicative of how good this team can be. It was a complete performance.
It's 3-0 versus 2-1, a good early season battle as we're underway in Week 4. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. Well, the Chiefs offense going to make their way out, and at the helm, a now 3-time Super Bowl MVP in his 8th season in the NFL, it's Patrick Mahomes.
You enjoyed watching that game tape, didn't you?
Yeah,
Last week's game.
It was good. 4 touchdowns, 1 pick.
Now, you were a little upset about the pick. I didn't know if you would play him this week or not if you were the head coach.
Hey, they got the win.
They got the win, so you're going to give him another chance?
Give him another shot.
All right, I think the ratio is pretty good. He'll try to eliminate the interception, but he wants to keep that hot streak going, throwing touchdown passes.
It'll go as a loss of 3 right away, and it's 2nd down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Pacheco gets it again on 2nd down. And this one also slow in developing as he's maybe getting back here to the line of scrimmage, but not much more than that. And here are the key inactives for them in this one. And obviously, Charles, are going to be without some important names this week.
Well, hopefully those guys will be on the sidelines encouraging the guys who are going out there and helping them when they come off the sidelines during the game by giving them some tips on what they see and what they've experienced. That's true teamwork. And if you want to get to the playoffs, if you want to have a big push, you have to have that on your squad.
And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. The previous play, they barely got back to the line of scrimmage. Now they pick up over 30 yards.
Despite writing it down on my notes, I never give enough credit to the offensive line, and we have to here. The protection, that's what made this play a success. Quarterback had to wait for his crossing route to develop, and that takes a little bit of extra time. Excellent job by the big fellas up front.
So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. To throw, it's Mahomes. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard. Here's Mahomes to throw. Swings this out for Hunt. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down. That early game script that they drew up is working pretty well here on this first drive. Already in field goal range, Charles knocking on the door of the red zone.
You know, Brandon, when we met with the coaching staff, they kind of predicted that they would come out firing like this. I think you and I were a little skeptical it would be this easy, but they certainly knew what they were doing in scouting, in preparation, and understanding what their team was capable of. It sort of looks like they still have some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone, but this defense gets 2 more stops. They can keep them out of that area.
Now here's Mahomes. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he's brought to the ground with another 1st down at the Chargers' 18. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs. Again, they'll throw with Mahomes.
And this one almost intercepted. Not a good throw there. Nearly an opening drive INT.
I know in every game we do, we talk about momentum. That was a momentum play lost. And now there could be a letdown because they didn't get the interception.
Yeah, you could almost hear the collective gasp on the sideline as he could not come up with that football. It's Kelsey on the ground. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. Looking to throw is Mahomes.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. And the Chiefs are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
That is his 951st NFL reception. So 49 away from 1,000, but 951. That ties him with Andre Reed.
Oh, I love the trigger there because Andre Reed caught the ball any part of the field and specialized in traffic, similar to what we've seen throughout his.
And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out. So reverse the celebration. We'll see if they have something else in their bag of tricks.
And isn't that always tough to watch when they score and you see the excitement, and then when they realize those points aren't going to count? Can they get it back together and find their way back to the end zone?
Complete, the tight end Kelsey. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Travis Kelsey. He has career touchdown number 78, tying in with both Eddie George and Frank Gifford on the all-time list.
And the Chiefs are on the board first here this afternoon.
Harrison Butker is on for the extra point. And his kick is good to make it 7-0 KC. So that one a long 11-play drive.
And it culminates in a Travis Kelsey touchdown.
Here's the Chiefs kickoff unit now as they'll send this one away.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Chargers coming out to take over, and it is Justin Herbert at quarterback CD, now in his 5th NFL campaign.
And he's playing at a very high level here in this early part of the season. In fact, he leads the NFL in passing yards. Now, that's not always an indicator of success, but in his case, it is.
Herbert going to lead up the Chargers here, 1st and 10.
At their own 26. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. That's into the hands of his tight end, Will Dissly. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
Defense gives up a touchdown the opening drive. Offense, you got to want to get out there and get those points back right now.
And that's a sharp throw there to get this drive off to a good start. So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 49-yard line. First carry now for Gus Edwards. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out.
26 big yards on that one. It's another 1st down.
First and 10 at the 24-yard line.
They run once more with Edwards. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
The Chargers in 3-0 here in the month of September. And they coming on a pretty good roll here. Winners of 3 straight.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
And able to work his way down to the 16. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
Well, there's an example of patience being rewarded. Ran the ball on first down and got stuffed. Most people would scream, throw the ball here. In this situation, they stayed with their roots, stayed with running the football, and they got rewarded.
They'll try and run for the first with Edwards. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4.
Holding offense.
All right, so they got that one, Charles, against the center.
Still third
And
down.
let's remember how difficult it is for the center, because remember, he's got to snap the ball to put the play in motion, and sometimes you got that big guy on your nose. You got sometimes where he's coming at you at an angle. It's a difficult job for him to snap the ball and then execute his block.
A shotgun snap for Herbert. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Incomplete. Cameron Dicker on for the field goal. A 41-yard attempt.
And his kick is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So both teams come away with points on their opening drives. Now they still trail. They answered the touchdown with a field goal, but at least able to break that goose egg here early.
And that is what's important, right? Because they didn't let that initial touchdown go unanswered. Took the ball themselves, moved it downfield, and put it through the post for 3 points. Game on.
And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Kansas City taking the field for their second drive. Now, early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally, because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated, because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice, but at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
Throwing now is Mahomes. Got a man over the middle, Worthy. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. The Chiefs with the football as we start the second quarter, as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. From the gun on 3rd down, Mahomes. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he will have a Chiefs first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And the first down, Chiefs.
Mahomes going to throw. He'll get this complete to Worthy. Just a gain of a couple there. And it's 2nd down. They go play fake. Mahomes. To the right side, it's Kelsey. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40.
Holding offense.
Of course, they had the option, and they choose to not take the penalty.
They like the results of the play that they just ran, and they elect to let them stand.
They'll send the tight end in motion. Mahomes to throw once more. He'll check this one down to Pacheco. And he is going to lose yardage here. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down.
Well, Brandon, we could see that play developing, and they were hoping that he was going to be able to put a move on the first guy and turn it into a big play. But no such luck. The speed on defense continues to get better and better in the NFL. Pretty nice example there of those guys being able to run from their assignments and finish off that play.
Mahomes now to throw. Pitch and catch here to Travis Kelce. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 25-yard line. 19 yards there on the catch and run.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Now it's Mahomes again. And that is caught for the touchdown, Kansas City. Xavier Worthy, his third touchdown now on the year. And they are able to add on to their advantage. Well, on that connection, it looked like they maybe had some pre-play communication. Maybe one of them noticed an area that was open in the defense to get the pass to.
When you put the time in, sometimes you have that great silent communication that you just noticed right there, because the best quarterback-receiver combos in the NFL, they know how to make those adjustments at the line of scrimmage when they see something pre-play, and they got it done there.
Extra point by Butker is on target, and that pushes the lead up to 11. So that drive in total 8 plays, and it's capped off with a Kansas City touchdown. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. The Chargers get set to go here for their second drive. And they come into this one riding that nice long win streak. And remember, next weekend is an open week for them. So if they can get the win here, a lot of momentum into that time off.
It certainly is. And if you're wondering if anybody's saying, boy, this is coming at a bad time, we want to keep playing, the answer can be yes. Because when teams are on a hot streak, they want to keep going. But what the veterans are telling the young guys in the locker room, an open week is always good, guys. Take it and let's go with it.
A play fake, and now Herbert to throw. On the throw, let him too much that time. It's incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
And he'll let this one go deep for Chark. And this is caught inside the 5. And all the way in for the Charger touchdown. DJ Chark, 49 yards. And the Chargers are back within a score.
Brandon, they just got the ball, and already they're in the end zone, and you're getting ready to talk about the PAT. That was fast.
For the extra point, Cameron Dicker. And he's got it. That cuts the lead. It's now 14-10. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it's DJ Chark who finishes it off with a touchdown reception. The kick unit on here for the Chargers as they will send this one away. And he's going to be stopped cold. Good coverage there by the kick team to bring that return to an abrupt halt. Patrick Mahomes on his way out for their next drive. The returns on the last drive, pretty good. 7 for 7, touchdown pass. Probably take that, right?
I would say so. I mean, when you're cutting them apart that way, feeling so accurate, so confident going downfield, and then able to culminate by putting it in the end zone, oh, yeah. He's feeling real good right now.
Now he'll try to carry that over to this drive. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34. And from the 34, here's 2nd and 4. From the gun, it's Mahomes. And the catch made by Hopkins. And he'll be taken down with a first down as they get about 14 out of that one, and we go to the 2-minute warning. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains. Now Mahomes. And he's going to dump this off to his running back, Hunt. And he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. Here's 2nd and 10.
At their 48-yard line.
And again, it's Mahomes. Short throw hauled in by Kelsey. And he is down at the 48. A pickup of 4 that started at one 48-yard line and ended at the other. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Again, he'll drop to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 37. And the officials here going to pause the game for a second. Looks like there's an injured Chief on the field. More from L.A. in a moment. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. In motion, the tight end, Kelsey. Here's Mahomes to throw. That's complete. Left side to Worthy. A good gain of 9 before he's brought down at the 28. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. Now here's Mahomes. Open man right side is Rice. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
It's Kelsey on the ground. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 15-yard line. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Again, they'll throw with Mahomes. It's complete to Hopkins. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
I'll give him credit there. Nice job on the drag route. Bring the receiver across the field, hoping he can catch it in stride and turn it up. He was able to do just that, although he's just a little bit short of the first down.
Looking to throw is Mahomes. And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
So obviously they will decline the penalty there, and the result is 6 points. Butker on for the PAT. It's good, and it's 21-10. A pretty long drive that time. 11 plays all told. And it culminates in a Travis Kelce touchdown. So 6 seconds, all that remains of this first half as the kick is away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. Likely time for one final snap as they start out 1st and 10. He's going to float this over the middle deep. That is incomplete. So we've reached halftime with the visiting Chiefs on top as we send you cross-country to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Hi again, everybody. Let's get you caught up with what's going on around the NFL as we close out the first quarter of this season. We'll get started out west in Las Vegas.
and it's the Raiders out in front as they approach halftime. Minshew Mania's back in silver and black. Gardner Minshew with 2 touchdown passes. From there, we head over to the West Coast. Check out the Niners at home at Levi Stadium. And they have the lead in that one over the visiting New England Patriots. Brock Purdy with a touchdown pass to Brandon Ayuk. Finally, we finish at MetLife Stadium to see what's going on with the Jets. And they were winners in that one as they take care of the visiting Denver Broncos. Aaron Rodgers, excellent in the victory as his guys moved to 3-1 after 4 games. We were certainly treated to an entertaining first half. Both these teams with some high points and maybe a couple of low points as well. So it's going to be a question of who can be the most disciplined team going forward. These two teams running through their final adjustments before they head back out of the tunnel. And for the call of the second half, let's go back to SoFi Stadium and Brandon Gaudin.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Chargers going to get the football first here in this second half, and they trail as we get back underway. And it's a pretty good return here as they get this up to the 29. The Chargers getting ready to go here to start this third quarter. In the first half, they struggled a little bit to keep pace offensively, CD, down 2 scores here. So how do they make some changes coming out of the locker room?
Well, they've studied what they did in the first half. They've seen what the defense is throwing at them. Now they want to have a plan of attack against it. So you come out, you're not going to get all the points back on one drive, but get started on it. Start chopping into that lead, and maybe it'll inspire your defense to help out as well.
Herbert off of play action. And that nearly their first pick of the game, but it falls down to the ground incomplete. 2nd and 10. From the gun, they go to Edwards. And they nearly sprung him that time as he takes us all the way down to the 37. 48 yards rushing for him now, and he's only carried the ball 4 times.
The more football I watch, the more I want to check and see if teams are going to panic when they're down on the scoreboard. And this team has shown no signs of doing that. A lot of the time, they come out after the half. Things haven't worked so well in the first go-around. They want to throw the football like crazy. But the way to open up throwing the ball is to run it. And they've run it well here to start the second half.
And they'll send the tight end in motion here. Herbert now. And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. Lad McConkey, 34 yards. And the Chargers come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the third quarter. It took them a while to get their speedster involved, but they found him downfield there.
And what we've discovered as we've watched games is the speedster doesn't have to have a lot of catches, doesn't have to have volume in order to have a huge impact on the game. His speed scares the heck out of defenses, and other guys can capitalize, but when you finally hit him and he carries it all the way into the end zone, that's what you're paying him for. That big threat that can make big plays on a limited number of catches.
That's how you step on the stage with your first catch. Take it to the house. The kick unit on here for the Chargers as they will send this one away. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. The Chiefs offense and Patrick Mahomes headed back onto the field. And as we show you some of the highlights from earlier, he has been instrumental in getting his guys the lead as he looks to finish strong and close this one out. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And maybe some renewed pressure on this unit following the touchdown a moment ago. It's back to a one-score game.
And because of that pressure,
the ball comes out, but this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. 0 turnovers in this game so far. The trend continues, but barely. Offense lucky that that one went out of bounds.
Yeah, they're very fortunate because when a game's going along like this one and neither side has turned the ball over, sometimes that first one can really flip things to their...
And now the rookie's free. Down to the 10. And all the Kansas City touchdown. And Xavier Worthy with his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Chiefs are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. This offense, they were dynamic in the first half. The halftime break, that didn't slow them down at all. Big strike here in the third quarter.
It's almost as if they were saying, it's not just our skill in the first half that's getting this done, it's confidence as well. And confidence has taken over this game in a big way. How about these strikes that we're seeing?
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. And it appears we have a Charger shaken up on that last play. More from L.A. in a moment. The Charger drive about to get going. And right now, Charles, it just feels like they're trying to keep pace. They did score the touchdown last time out, but they still trail by double digits here. We'll see if this offense is once again up to the task.
Yeah, and I think that after the last drive, they've got to be pretty revved up, don't you think? Everything they were doing was working pretty well. They go back out there with the same mindset, play at the same tempo and the same pace. Still a lot of time left to make something happen in this one.
Back to throw here, Herbert. Oh, that'll be incomplete. He took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a third down. Backed up here. Tough spot. Needing 11 yards to pick up the first. From the gun, Herbert on third down. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Looks like another empty possession offensively. And you're at that point in the game where you can't afford too many more of these. So this is going to require some heavy thinking on the sideline to figure out what they can do to crack this defense.
On is the punter Scott here as he gets this one away. Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line. 37 yards on the punt with no return. And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at about the 32. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he's going to be taken down. Plus, there's a penalty flag in the backfield. They may get 15 more on top of this. Well, Charles, sometimes we talk about the lengths officials sometimes go to protect star quarterbacks, but that one, that was tough to argue against.
Yeah, and I'm sure that everyone's going to say, hey, we're going to administer the penalty the same way for all quarterbacks. But when it's a star back there, even more so are they going to be diligent about throwing the flag.
23 yards on the play. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Throwing now is Mahomes. Hopkins on the grab over the middle. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. From the 5 now, 2nd and a yard. To throw, it's Mahomes. That is caught by Rice for a Kansas City touchdown. A 5-yard touchdown catch as his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further.
Okay, we need to double check here with Marvin because he keeps all of our good stats, but what I've got is 5 drives, 5 touchdowns, and they've got a nice healthy lead.
Well, after the first drive, we thought things might be clicking. They're really clicking at this point. They're clicking about as much as they can click.
And right
I just
now,
said click a lot.
Yes, you did, but that's okay because the guy who's coordinating the defense, trying to slow them down,
good luck.
He's going to have hair that looks like mine very soon. Not much of it.
Extra point by Butker is on target, and that will make this a 19-point game. Here's the Chiefs kickoff unit now as they'll send this one away. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. L.A. readies for its next possession. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand They've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. Flush to his right. Now on the run. He'll throw it back deep over the middle. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. Third quarter now from SoFi Stadium. Here's a 2nd and 10. Play action this time for Justin Herbert. That's complete to Disley, the tight end. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 44-yard line. And it appears we have a Charger shaken up on that last play. More from L.A. in a moment. So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 44-yard line. A give for Edwards running right. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more.
Block in the back. Offense.
So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit. Up the middle, here's Edwards. Chris Jones, the All-Pro, in on the stop.
Well, obviously they would have at least liked to have gotten back to the original line of scrimmage. Instead now, they're dealing with 2nd and long.
I thought they would have passed it after the penalty. Probably wish they would have now. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down. A shotgun snap for Herbert. Got an open man, it's Josh Palmer. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 34-yard line. The defense shaking their heads, not aggressive enough, and they allow him to convert a 3rd and 18. Edwards now on 1st and 10. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
Herbert. Rush coming, and he's taken down. It was Leo Chanel who got in to drop him. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. That's going to be caught. It's Palmer. And he's in for a Charger touchdown. Josh Palmer, 28 yards. And the Chargers are able to get a score back in the final stages of this 3rd quarter. So the quarterback drops to throw, looks over, and boom, a guy that wide open, he has to be thinking, wait a minute, this is some kind of a dream. This is too easy.
Yeah, a great dream. One you don't want to wake up from. But for the defense, almost feels like there was a bust in coverage.
Herbert and the Chargers staying put. They'll line up and go for 2. They'll try and throw for it. And they're going to get the 2-point conversion, caught in the end zone. And that cuts the lead a bit further. And, of course, on the 2-point try, had the option to run or pass. They pass it there, and it works.
Felt pretty straightforward, didn't it? An open receiver, ball's put on him, 2 points for them.
The kick unit on here for the Chargers as they will send this one away. And this return going to come to a quick end as he is belted at the end of that one. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And they've got the lead here getting late into the 3rd quarter. And the passing game for them, it's been terrific. We've seen that, but the rushing game almost non-existent.
And with the lead and trying to finish this game off, they need the running game to come back to life. They need to get sparked that way, take some time off the clock, and keep the ball away from their opponents.
So both offenses come to life here in this 3rd quarter as this is shaping up for a good finish. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now at SoFi Stadium in Inglewood. It's the Chiefs with the lead and the football here as we get set for quarter number 4. On 1st and 10, here's Pacheco. He juked him. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Give him 13 yards there and a Kansas City first down. Again, it's Pacheco. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after him.
And he loses the football a second time. But it looks like one of the DBs has it. And they will set up shop at their own 46-yard line.
Partner, that one looked like it was over. I mean, they had control, had the football, and the defense had to make a play in order to keep them in the game. That's exactly what they did.
And now that door ajar, 2-score game, so hold on here, not done in the 4th. So out come the Chargers. They trail by 2 scores in the 4th, and their defense did its job getting the fumble recovery. Now time to see what this offense has left in the tank. Now Herbert following the turnover. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. Now a 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, here's Herbert. Throwing left side, it's complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That one good for 26 and a first down.
Well, every drive from here out is definitely crucial and critical. They know that they need to get at least 3 here to get it back to a 1-score game. But I can't imagine that in their huddle that they're thinking at all about getting a field goal. They want to get into the end zone and then try and get the ball back again.
Up the middle, it's Edwards. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down. Here's Herbert. Now this one finds McConkey. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a first down. Justin Herbert looking to pass. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there. And it's 2nd down. Out of the gun, they give to Edwards. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Only a yard there, and that'll bring us to 3rd and goal.
Were you as surprised as I was that they actually ran it on 2nd down there? I thought that they would go ahead and throw it in every situation here.
They've thrown for 3 touchdown passes. Now here, I think they probably go back to the air.
Yeah, I think so. But ordinarily, 2nd down is when you run your play fake, your play action, show.
Touchdown, Chargers! Josh Palmer. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Chargers have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th.
I know Paul Revere talked about by land or by sea, right? You know, 1 by land, 2 by sea. He didn't mention air because right now we're seeing a big-time performance, aren't we? That's 2 touchdowns so far in this game.
Where'd you pull that one from?
And, you know, every now and then I actually listened in history class.
And you're just a scholar all the way around. You're reading all the time. I like that you fit that into the broadcast.
You know, I just grab a nugget when I can.
And they'll have Herbert try and throw for it. And now the pressure gets there, and he goes down. So he couldn't get rid of the football, and that deficit stays right where it is. So tried to throw it in for 2 points, but the D got home, brought him down.
Yeah, got home, which means there had to be good coverage. Just had nowhere to go with the ball. Typically, you try and throw quick hitters, quick slants, you know, maybe even a quick fade. Nothing was open. He ends up getting sacked.
And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. So here are the Chiefs to take over. They've won 2 straight, and they lead this one as well as they come up on 1st and 10.
Mahomes now to throw. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. Pulling a gain of 3 on the play, and it'll be second down.
They'll run out of the gun with Pacheco. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
And this is exactly what you're looking to do offensively. If you can start stringing some runs together like this, you'll keep churning out first downs, and that's going to put you in a great position to carry this one home.
They're not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Here's Pacheco once again.
I like a guy who understands the situation. I also like a guy who you look at him and you say, that looks like a guy who knows the coach is going to say, guess what? You drop this one, you'll be carrying around a training facility for an entire week.
Maybe flashback to high school or college, carrying it around campus, right?
The old gauntlet drill, right? Anyone get the ball out while he's sitting in class and bring it back to the coach? He's in big trouble.
And the Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here's 3rd and 9. To throw is Mahomes. That'll be caught by Rice. And he will have a Chiefs first down. And that's the one that should seal the victory.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
5 points of contact necessary at this stage as they'll run on first down. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Now a timeout called for by the defense as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go in the football game. And they will take a knee here. So this one in the win column for Kansas City. And I tell you what, one thing that you and I featured as a storyline was that they were facing the NFL's #1 defense coming in, and they really took it right to them.
Yeah, they didn't blink, did they? And instead of just saying to themselves, let's make sure that we minimize our mistakes and try and play a conservative type game, they attacked right from the beginning. Said, we got to go after these guys. I think sometimes you take the #1 rated defense by surprise when you do that.
So for Kansas City, they're on a nice early roll as they move to 3-1 with a win here. So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. From Southern California, so long, everybody.
Yeah.